Hey guys, I know some people probably had a rough Christmas because I myself had a pretty rough Christmas. So before I get into my topic, I just want to say you're not alone. Like, I think Christmas time is statistically the time of year where there are the most suicides around the world, which is really sad because it's all about commercialization and, going into debt to buy everybody presents. And it's not what it should be about. But Christmas was sad for me because, my soulmate Kitty died on Christmas Eve in 2017. So it's a grieving time for me, really. I was really missing my baby. But anyways, my topic, I want to talk about self-image. And I have to say that a lot of the spiritual, you know, gurus and teachers and, the spiritual pages, they all talk about this journey like it's all sunshine and rainbows, good vibes only, all love and light. That is not what this journey is about. And I want to be different. I want to talk about the shit that nobody talks about. The fucking deep, dark shit. Because we all go through it. If you're on an awakening journey, you've gone through some shit. And I would much rather people talk about that shit than, oh, love and light and, no bad vibes. Everybody's all up in 5D. That's avoidance. You're avoiding the shit. You gotta go through the shit. So, here I am. Because that's just me. I'm gonna get into the shit. So, self image. A lot of people have poor self image because of the way they were treated when they were younger, and it has just built up and created wounds so deep within you that sometimes you've forgotten them, and it's just this this hole in you, and sometimes you're unaware of where it came from. It's just, as an adult, you just hate yourself. You think you're ugly, you're fat, whatever. I mean, I remember where it came from, why I feel that way, but some people are unaware of it. More conscious, self-aware people are aware of those wounds because, on a spiritual journey, on a healing journey, we have to become aware of where those wounds came from. And you have to realize that just because you were victimized does not make you a victim. You have to explore those feelings. You have to just go into the shit. I mean, you're not gonna fucking heal if you don't feel that shit. And like I've said before, too many people avoid that. Like, I avoided it for decades. I avoided all that shit. And it just built up in me. And, I felt like such a broken person. But it's none of us are broken. We just need to heal. Like, nobody is incomplete and broken. We just have wounds that need to be addressed and that we need to heal. So you have to first understand and realize and practice that you're not a victim. You were victimized, but stop acting like a victim, because you're just going to keep repeating patterns and bringing all the shit into your life that keeps victimizing you because you keep coming about as a victim. But you're not. We are all sovereign. We all need to find our strength. We can't continue on as victims because we're not. You can be a victim of circumstance, but that doesn't define you. And nobody else can help you except for you. And with self-image, we all have, well, I won't say we all, but majority of people that have issues with, you know, either their looks or, their general personality, whatever. We all, I have my own insecurities. One of my biggest things growing up, because I'm highly psychic, but I always felt like I was just fucking crazy. And that was my biggest fear, was I'm just crazy and I'm never going to be a sane, normal person. But I had to accept that I'm not crazy. I'm pretty fucking psychic. I feel things that most people don't. I perceive things that most people don't. I think like most people don't. Like, I'm up here where most people are way down here. So I had to accept that that is who I am. I'm always going to be operating on a whole other wavelength than everybody else. Most everybody else. Because I know there's a lot of us out there, and we're finally able to connect to each other with social media, which I really fucking hate that social media spies on us now, which I purposely don't take my phone in the bathroom. Fucking Mark Zuckerberg, you're not gonna sit there and watch me. But we all have this vision in our heads of what we want to be, of what we think we should be, that we're not accepting ourselves for what we are. And it's okay to strive to be better, but you have to accept who you are. You can't, have this fantasy of someone that you would rather be than being true to yourself. Like, we are divine beings. We are light beings in human form. And we can't let the ego keep us tied down. We have to let ourselves be ourselves. We have to accept ourselves. And you can't begin to accept others for who they are until you accept yourself, because you're always going to project your own pain onto other people. And that's not going to help anybody. Like, you can't have healthy relationships with other people because you're always projecting and judging people and not accepting them for who they are, because you're not doing it for yourself. You have to do it for you first, and then it'll just snowball, and you'll start to understand better, and you'll start to have better relationships with people, and you'll start attracting better relationships with people. You start attracting higher vibrational people. Like, not accepting yourself is going to keep you down here. And I know it's really hard, and affirmations really do work. Like, I just watched a video on this girl that took a video of herself every day for a couple weeks, like, just, telling the camera like positive things about herself, and you could visibly see the change of just the light, that just telling herself every day, you are beautiful, you are creative, you are loved, you deserve love. In every single video, she had more light. She had more life in her eyes. And it was just, this veil was lifted off of her. So it's like, that shit really fucking works, people. Like, quit, you know, trying to deny that positive affirmations and things like that work, because they do. It's just an excuse not to do it. It's an excuse to keep in negative patterns and to keep talking down to yourself. Start doing things to change. Start making changes. I mean, the definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So you gotta fucking change. You gotta do things differently. And once you start accepting yourself, you'll start getting more aligned into a path that is like your life's purpose. Like, you can't move forward until you stop lying to yourself and until you start accepting yourself. And a really good way to do that is meditation and affirmations. I mean, you gotta quiet all the mental chatter, all the negative thinking. And I know it's really hard. I've struggled with it a lot, Sometimes I just hate looking in the mirror because it's like, I got this big ugly nose and, whatever. I hate my flabber thighs. But it's like, who fucking cares? Back in like Roman and Greek times, chubby people were what was in, not these fucking Kardashians and, supermodels that have absolutely zero body fat. Like, we are perfect as we are. Quit looking to, the social influencers and, celebrities and shit. Those people aren't perfect. They got Photoshop. They put, have lighting and angles. They got cellulite. They got wrinkles. They got all that shit. They're just like you. They just have a lot of fucking money to edit that shit out. They're human too. They're not perfect. You don't have to be fucking perfect, because there is no perfection. There is imperfectly perfect, because you are perfect as who you are. Doesn't matter what is in and what society deems is sexy, because that is unhealthy. I saw a video, I don't want to get into like political stuff and racism, but this made me cry, that I saw a video of young African American children hating themselves because of their skin color, because that is what society has taught them. That made me cry. Like 4 or 5-year-olds hating themselves because their skin was dark and they thought they were dirty. We need to fix that, because that is not what society should be, teaching children to hate themselves. So you guys, start accepting yourself for who you are and stop listening to what the media and all these celebrities and whatnot want you to be, because that is not what we should be aiming for. You are perfect for who you are. Start accepting yourself. I love you. The universe loves you. God, spirit, whatever, loves you. Love yourself. That is the most important thing. Good night. And happy holidays.